Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Margaret, and this is Michael, your online teacher for the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. Yeah, I remember I didn't score the essay exactly. My worker, his name's Marcus, he actually scored this particular essay. And if I remember correctly, the question is, teachers should be paid according to how much their students learn. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? So I think that I think his score is actually fair. It's hard to score this essay because on the one level you're demonstrating pretty good, I think, sentence variety, grammar, vocabulary, and all of that. You even have good examples and reasons in there, but you really haven't answered the question. Because if you think about it, do you agree or disagree? Let's look at your thesis. You say there must be some teachers to help us create a new beautiful world. But that's not the argument. We're not arguing whether or not we need teachers. We already know that we do. The argument is how do we pay them? What is their compensation? And whether or not the compensation should be based on student learning. Right? So even though you have an essay that's, many paragraphs, you have simply not answered this question. This is exactly why you have been given the score that you did. If we take a look at the rubrics for the IBT, let's take a look at those for a minute, Margaret. So I'm going to go over, and remember, if you want to get the score in the 4 range or the 5 range, you have directly or addresses a topic and task of the writing assignment well. You have not done that. You have not answered this question. If we go to 3, it says addresses the topic and the task. Unfortunately, the answer is no. You have still not answered this question. So we have 2. It says limit to development of ideas as they relate to the topic and task. So 2.0 is actually pretty accurate based on your non-response. The fact that you didn't directly address the task, I think, is the reason that you got the score you did. Now, Marcus wanted to give you a score of 0, and I think that would be too hard, but for 0 it says your practice test is unconnected to the topic. Even I have to say yes to that. So you need to go back and look at the question, Margaret. Remember, it's do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Teachers should be paid according to how much the students learn, right? That. So if you look at your essay, you have not in any way addressed that task. So that's exactly why you got the score that you did, okay? Anyway, if you go back to my website under the writing lessons, I think there is a lesson in there you might want to take a look at. Hold on a second. Let me find it really quickly. And you might have been tired when you did this task. And remember, you focused your essay more on why we need teachers, but unfortunately that doesn't answer the question. Okay, let me go to the writing part of my course quickly. Okay, so we have, under the writing section, right, I would say take a look at lesson number 1 where it says before beginning a TOEFL IBT writing task, you better read this. I think that would be really good for you. Also take a look at, lesson number 2, pre-writing strategies for independent writing task. I think that would be also beneficial for you. So don't get me wrong. Now, when we gave you the score 2.0, I don't want you to have a heart attack and think that all of a sudden your vocabulary and your grammar has gone out the door and your writing is terrible. That is simply not the case. The only thing that happened with this essay is you did not answer the question, right? So it can be easily fixed. This is not a huge problem. I know that you've already scored higher on many other writing practice tests, and I'm sure that you will continue to score higher in the future. Just make sure you answer the question.